Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through the initial installation and basic configuration of a PicOS switch N8560-32C for data centers. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to install the PicOS system onto your switch and complete the initial configuration steps. Before installation, make sure the basic environment is properly set up. Prepare a USB flash drive formatted in FAT32 and place the rboot system package in the root directory of the drive. Safely remove the USB drive from your computer, then insert it into the USB port of the switch that needs to be reinstalled. Use a console cable to connect to the switch and log in via Secure CRT. Reboot the switch. When the message "Press Ctrl+C to enter rboot" appears, press Ctrl+C to enter the rboot interface. Enter the sequence 1, 3, 2, then input USB and press enter. In the confirmation prompt, type Y and press enter to confirm the rboot installation. Wait for the switch to complete the PicOS installation. Press Ctrl+C twice in a row to return to the root menu of rboot. Enter the sequence 4-1 to reboot the switch. Wait for the switch to reboot. Log into the switch by entering the username admin, the reset password PicA8, current password PicA8, followed by a new password and password confirmation. Verify the switch version after the reinstallation is complete. After the installation is complete, you can proceed with the basic configuration of the switch. Log into the switch and enter the operation mode by default. Enter configure to switch to configuration mode. Enter exit to return to operation mode. Enter Start Shell SH to switch to Linux mode. Enter Exit to return to operation mode. Configure the hostname and verify the updated hostname. Delete the hostname and verify that it reverts to the default PicOS. Check the current IP address obtained by DHCP. Use ping to test various IP addresses and find one that is not in use. Manually configure the switch's IP address and gateway. Verify the updated IP address and gateway. Delete the manually configured IP address and gateway. Verify that the switch reacquires its IP address and gateway through DHCP. After completing the basic configuration, you can proceed with network setup. Enter configure to switch to configuration mode. Configure the loopback interface LO1 and assign its IPv4 address. Configure the IPv6 address for the loopback interface LO1 and commit the changes. Verify the status information of the configured loopback interface. Disable the loopback interface LO1. Verify that the loopback interface status has changed to down. Delete the loopback interface. Enter configure to switch to configuration mode. Configure a reserved VLAN. Set the name for the routed interface. Enable the routed interface. Configure the IP address for the routed interface and commit the changes. Verify the status information of the routed interface. Enter configure to switch to configuration mode. Enter configure to switch to configuration mode. Associate VLAN 10 with the Layer 3 interface VLAN 10. Configure the IP address for the Layer 3 interface VLAN 10 and commit the changes. Verify the status information of the Layer 3 interface VLAN 10. Delete the Layer 3 interface VLAN 10. Enable IP routing. Configure a static route and commit the changes. View the static routing table. Delete the static route. Verify that the static routing table is now empty. Prerequisite: a pre-configured Layer 3 interface. Enable IP routing. Configure the router ID. Configure the OSPF area. Assign the specified network prefix to the OSPF area. Commit the changes. Verify the OSPF neighbor status. View the OSPF routing table. Delete the OSPF configuration. Verify that the OSPF routing table is now empty. The next step is to proceed with security configuration. Configure the ACL rule name, rule number, and matching conditions. Define the action to be taken on matching packets. Apply the configured ACL as an ingress rule to interface XE101 and commit the changes. Verify the configured ACL. Delete the configured ACL. Prerequisite configuration. Set VLAN 10 as the in-band management port. Configure the SSH connection limit to 21. Set the SSH service port to 23. Connect to the switch using SSH on port 23. Optional: disable SSH login on the switch. Delete the SSH-related configuration. The switch configuration will be demonstrated based on this topology diagram. Configure the switch hostname. Configure the Layer 3 interface. Enable IP routing and configure a static route. Configure the loopback interface. Configure OSPF and commit the changes. Configure the switch hostname. Configure the Layer 3 interface. Enable IP routing and configure a static route. Configure the loopback interface. Configure OSPF and commit the changes. Configure the switch hostname. Configure the Layer 3 interface. Enable IP routing and configure a static route. Configure the loopback interface. Configure OSPF and commit the changes. Final step, verify the configuration. Verify the OSPF routing table and neighbor status on switch C. Verify the OSPF routing table and neighbor status on switch A. Verify the OSPF routing table and neighbor status on switch B. Ping from PC1 to PC2 and verify successful connectivity. Ping from PC2 to PC1 and verify successful connectivity. Welcome to visit the FS website to explore more about PicOS or switches. Thank you.